What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. We're going to get into some Scream talk, Scream theories as usual. How's everyone doing today? It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Let's see. We have Jacob here. Hey, Jacob. Don't mean to be a hater on the Scream franchise, but this is technically Scream's 7th movie for 2026, plus Kirby's movie. And Saw had like 9 films as well. Will it ever end? As in, will Hollywood just wrap up movie productions in general with whatever upcoming movie or show they have from now until the end of this decade, or they keep on going forever? I feel like as long as these movies make money, they're going to keep making them. Maybe not forever. I'm sure it will end one day. Or at least temporarily before making another return. You know, that's what happens with these movies. Like, you know, Scream after Scream 3, they took a break for 11 years until Scream 4. And then after Scream 4, they took like another 11-year break or 10. No, I think it was another 11. But yeah, like, and with Saw, like, there was a little bit of a break in between the last one and Saw X. So I think they'll keep going as long as these movies make money, but we will see. Hey, Josh. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Hey, Night Gamer. Do you want a Randy Meeks flashback in Scream 7? Yes, I would love that. I would love to see him again any way we can. I've been saying I think they should do another videotape. I think it's possible. You know, with the technology that they have these days to de-age Randy, I think they can do it. Jamie Kennedy just has to like cut his hair, shave his beard, which he actually, shortly after Neve Campbell was announced to come back, he did do that. He cut his hair and shaved his beard. And after years of him being with like long hair and a long beard, so I thought that that was like a little sign that maybe he is going to kind of be in a flashback. He has since grown out his hair again, but maybe that's just because of the like filming delay. I don't know. I think it's possible. You know, if they can bring back Billy where he kind of looks the way that he did in the past, I think they could do it for Randy. In fact, you know, I met Jamie Kennedy pretty recently, and I said that to him. I said that we need you back in Scream 7, and he was like, I know. So, and he has theories for how Randy could have survived his death or faked his death. I'm not a huge fan of that theory, but I would like to see him again, so we'll see. Yeah, they should start filming fairly soon, in a couple months. Possibly December, but I think it's looking like January now. Either way, very soon. I mean, you know, we're already halfway through November. Thanksgiving is coming up. I'm already in Christmas mode. I've been watching Christmas movies. I started decorating for Christmas. So Christmas will be over and done with before we know it. And then it's time to start filming. So hopefully we start getting some news soon, like some more, I don't know, like cast updates. They've really been holding out on us as far as news updates and stuff. So hopefully once we get closer to the filming start, they give us some cast updates. Like, who are the new cast members? There's been rumors that McKenna Grace is going to be playing Sidney's daughter don't know if that's true. It's just a rumor at this point, but you know, we need some updates. Hey, Tanisha, thanks for joining and moderating. Hey, Dino. Yes, I am streaming on Twitch at the same time right now, and my second YouTube channel. If there's anyone new here, please subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to get to 10K by the end of this year. We're definitely going to do it. I am almost there. I've gained a lot of subscribers in the past couple days, I think cuz my last video did really well. Which if you haven't seen that video yet, please check it out. It's a good one. Let's see, where am I at? I need 41 more subscribers until 10,000, which is so crazy. I can't believe it. Yeah, I think I'll definitely get there. I think I'll definitely reach my goal of 10K for the new year hits. But please, if there's anyone new here, subscribe to this channel. Give this stream a like too if you're here watching. I see it looks like there's 24 of you guys here, so please give the stream a like. It definitely helps out. Hey, Gerald. Thanks, Clover. I appreciate that. I really do. I'm glad you enjoy them. Hey, Alex. How you doing? Thanks, Trav. Despite being a Stu believer, I'm kind of unsure about Charlie. He was one of my favorites. I'm not sure if he is alive. Yeah, so we talk about this pretty often in the streams. There was a point where I did think Charlie was alive. I am also a huge fan of Charlie. He's in my top 5 Ghostfaces for sure. Because Scream 4 is my favorite sequel. There was a time where I did think that he was alive. I have a couple theories on the channel if you want to check them out. I think I actually have like 3 Charlie theories. But I don't really think this anymore. Unfortunately, I would love for it to be true. I would love to see Charlie again, but I just don't see it happening. In an alternate universe, would you have loved if Stu turned on Billy and saved Sidney? And it was Billy and Randy who were the killers. I don't know. Probably not, just because I think the movie is so perfect as it is that it's hard to even imagine something else. But with that being said, like if that's the case, we wouldn't have anything to compare it to. So maybe I would like it. I don't know. I just think Billy and Stu are such a perfect duo. And I love Randy being this like pure and innocent character. So I don't think I would like that. Yeah, I don't know how the whole Randy faking his death thing would work. Jamie Kennedy has said, like, what if Randy was just one step ahead of the killer, knew that the killer was going to come after him, so kind of faked his death to get off of the radar of the killer. But I don't know how that would work with, like, Nancy Loomis. Like, did he work something out with Mrs. Loomis to fake his death? I don't know how that would work, how they would, like, explain that. I don't know. Had Scream 7 been filmed during the first quarter this year, as was the initial plan. Scream 8 may have been in production now. Scream 7 could have focused on the Carpenter sisters, while Scream 8 could have focused on Sidney. Yeah, who knows? Who knows what would have happened if things didn't go wrong? You know, if they had already filmed Scream 7, we obviously would be looking at a much sooner release date than we are getting right now. I don't know. It's always going to haunt me to think about like what would have been, what we could have gotten. Imagine we see a Sistapam cameo in a Scream movie. I would die. I would be nervous if somehow I was able to like, you know, be in the movie somehow. I would be so nervous that I almost wouldn't even want to do it, but if I had that opportunity, I probably couldn't pass up on it, so I don't know. If you wrote Scream 7, how would you write Stu in? I don't know. I mean, I definitely I I don't want to see him revealed until the final act. Um so I don't know. I want it to be a mystery throughout the entire movie. Like we don't know, but maybe they can sprinkle in a few little clues like they have been in 5 and 6. Um and the whole movie we're just like, "Oh my god, like is he going to show up at the end?" And then, I want the typical grand reveal in the final act. And I want him to pull the mask off, which we never got to see him actually do. Um I think the first movie is the only movie where we don't get a Ghostface actually pulling off the mask, which is like one of my favorite things about the final act. So I definitely would love to see that for Stu in 7. Um, and then I want him to say a line that is kind of a callback to the original. Like, I want to hear him say "Surprise, Sydney" again, or "I always had a thing for you, Sid." I don't know, some kind of callback to the original. But obviously, I also want to see him leading the cult of ghost faces. I talk about that so much on the channel. Um, so I guess that's how I would write him in. Maybe we'll get some reveals before him, like cult members, who we don't necessarily know are working with him, and then Stu shows up. I don't know. Yes, I absolutely love Christmas. It's such a good run. The holiday season, I start Halloween like end of August, really. So September, October, November, and December is just such a good run of holidays, 4 months straight of fun holidays, fun movies, holiday activities. And then once Christmas is over, it's just like so depressing. January sucks. I hate January. I hate February, but at least it's a short month. And then once March hits, it's kind of like, okay, we're getting out of like this darkness. But even summertime for me is like, I'm not crazy about the summertime. I just love the holiday season. Hey, Chocolate Ice. Hey, Paul. I will have to check this out after the stream. Thanks, Chocolate Ice. I appreciate that. Yeah, if anyone has a Twitch, um, I just recently got one. I stream over there at the same time as this stream. Like, it's gonna be the same content over there. But the link to my Twitch is down in the description. So if you could follow me, I would appreciate that because I am trying to hit the criteria over there to hopefully be monetized there one day. So yeah. Thanks, Dino. I appreciate that. Hey, Jim. Yeah, I definitely think Nev Campbell could keep on going for a while. I mean, she looks great. Um, I just don't know if she'll want to. Like, who knows? Scream 7 could be the last Sydney movie that we get. She obviously wasn't in 6 because things didn't work out. Um, so who knows if things will work out with her in the future? This might be her last movie. But it also might not be. We'll see. Hey, Tyler. Yeah, Scream 4 is my favorite sequel. Nice, Jim. Yeah, I know a lot of people have these like ideas to kind of just wipe away 5 and 6. Maybe like I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this. I think we shouldn't ignore 5 and 6. Um I heard this idea like maybe it was like a book that Gail wrote, so it didn't really happen. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. I feel like it's a little far-fetched. And Scream is kind of more based in reality. It's always been like consistent compared to like the Halloween franchise that always like jumps around and wipes away past sequels and storylines. I just can't see that happening for the Scream franchise. So, I guess we'll see. Yes, Stu lives. We all know it. Yeah, I saw this photo of Nev Campbell. I don't know what it's for. I don't think it was they didn't start filming Scream 7, so but I don't know if she was, like, on set for something else or if this was just her in real life, but she did look so much like Sydney from the first movie. Um, she was wearing, like, a blue shirt, a blue denim jacket, she had the bangs going on, she literally looked like, Sydney from the first movie. No, I definitely don't see time travel happening. Um, it makes me think of that one line from who is it? Jenny Randall in Scream 4, where she's talking about the Stab movies, and she says, like, she said Stab 5 is by far the worst because that one had time travel. Yeah, I didn't hear exactly this, but I did hear that apparently there might be some issues going on. I hope not. I hope they can work it out. Um, I could see that being a problem because I think I think Guy Busick is like the only writer for Scream 7, which is weird because there's usually, like, a team of writers. For 5 and 6, it was Guy and James Vanderbilt, um, but I feel like I saw that Guy Busick is the only one listed for Scream 7. I don't know if he has a team of writers, and the thing with Kevin Williamson is that he might not be a writer on 7, but he did write the first movie, and he created these characters and this story. So, I have been saying, like, um, even if he's not listed as a writer, he probably does have some say in it because it is his story, but I don't know. Yeah, I wonder if they would do this because, I'm bummed that we're not gonna see Billy again because he was one of Sam's hallucinations, and that was, like, the first thing I thought of um, when Melissa was fired. One of the first things I said to myself was, "Oh, no, now we're not gonna see Billy again," which I loved seeing him in 5 and 6, but I have heard a few people say, like, "What if Sydney has hallucinations of Billy?" Which I could see being possible because, I mean, she has so much trauma from everything she's been through. Even in, like, Scream 3, when she goes on set of Stab 3, she kind of hears the voices of she hears, like, Billy's voice and Stu's voice in her head. So there's already been a little bit of that with Sydney. So it totally would be possible for her to, like, hallucinate. I mean, think about all the trauma she's had. Yes, Dino, I have noticed that Matthew Lillard is doing so many podcasts and interviews lately. I literally said to myself, like, what is this about? Um, I mean, they're currently filming Five Nights at Freddy's, so I don't even think it's for that. I think it's more for, like, doesn't he have a new alcohol coming out or something? Like, I think he already has a bourbon, but he's, like, releasing a new tequila. So I thought it was to, like, promote that, but obviously also talking about, like, his upcoming projects, and every single interview he's asked about Scream. So, I mean, I'm with you. I think it's to get his face out there and have us thinking about him. Do you want Stu to kill Sydney? I think, if anyone's gonna kill her, I think it should be Stu. But I have a feeling, um, they're not gonna kill her, at least not yet. Apparently, it's in her contract to never get killed off. I don't know if that's true, but I've heard a lot of people say that. Um, I don't necessarily want her to die, but if anyone's gonna kill her, I do think it should be Stu. Scream 7 could be split into 2 parts for a Stu Macher return. Yeah, it's possible. I feel like I feel like they wouldn't do that, though. I think if anything, he just would survive Scream 7 to carry on into Scream 8. I just can't see them doing, like, a Scream 7 and then a Scream 7 Part 2. I know a lot of franchises do that, but I feel like that is typically done in movie franchises that are based off of books, where, like, the final book is just a really thick book, so they decide to split it into 2 parts. Um, I just can't see Scream doing that. Yes, Alex, we are approaching the 1-year anniversary of Melissa Barrera's firing. You're right, we did learn about this right before Thanksgiving. It is crazy how time flies. Shortly after that, we learned that Jenna quit, and then right before Christmas is when we heard about Christopher Landon backing out. It's so crazy because that literally feels like yesterday. It feels like at most like 2 months ago we found this out, and it's been a year? That is wild. I started to watch it. I didn't quite finish it. But yeah, Nerdbox has a lot of great videos. Definitely check them out. Mickey, Jill, Roman, Ethan, and Quinn were the only ghost faces who took off the mask. Yeah, I think that's right. I think technically Amber does, but she revealed herself without the costume and then for some reason put the costume back on and then I guess she takes it off, but yeah, her initial reveal was not with an unmasking. Oh, actually we got Jason. Jason in Scream 6 took the mask off. Um I've never seen The Walking Dead. So unfortunately, I would not be able to answer any of those questions. Yeah, I want to see something like this, Tyler. I want to see some callback to, some lines from the original. I don't really think anyone else survived besides Stu. If anyone, it would be Jill. I hope I hope she did. I would love to see her again. I would love to see them bring her back. Um Will they do it? I don't know. I think bringing back 2 ghost faces might be a little too much for them. But I would love to see it. I would love to see Jill and Stu working together. Yeah, once Christmas is over, it's, like, so depressing. Um, I guess it still kind of feels like Christmas between Christmas and New Year's. It's still kind of Christmas, people are still celebrating, and then once New Year's hits, it's like, "Oh my god, just get me through till next year again." Yeah, I think it's just nostalgic because as a kid, like, the holidays were so much fun, so it's just a nostalgic time. Yeah, I heard what Matthew Lillard had to say about Scream 6. He said that he found it pretty, too violent, he said. I don't feel the same way, but to each their own. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really heard about the drama, but I hope they can work it out. Thanks, Ace, I appreciate that. My streaming setup, I mean, it's the same thing that you see in my actual videos. I got the Ghostface poster, I got my Jeepers Creepers license plate, the Ghostface is up there, Chucky Tiffany, Art the Clown, Shorty from Killer Clowns. I still got my Halloween poster up. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that up all year. I might take it down. But you could see everything more clearly in my actual videos that I post on my channel. I have not seen Smile 2. I heard it was amazing. Um, I heard nothing but good things about it. I liked the first one, but I wasn't really excited for the second one, like, it came out in theaters and I wasn't really in a rush to go see it. I was like, "I don't really care, no need to rush." But then I heard it was amazing, so now I'm actually, like, excited to see it, but I mean, I don't even know if it's still in theaters, but at this point, I'm waiting for it to go to streaming. Um, but yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I am with you. Chad surviving is, like, so crazy, and I I always say that to people, like, Chad has literally been stabbed, like, 30 times between 5 and 6, like, he was stabbed, like, 10 times in 5, and then, like, over 20 times in 6. That's insane, and especially by 2 ghost faces. So I always compare that to Stu for sure, and I think they're doing that on purpose to make it more believable when Stu comes back. Like, look at what Chad survived, look at what Mindy survived. Even, like, Sam and Tara, like, in 6, it happens quick, so you might not even notice it, but they get stabbed a bunch and, like, shot. Like, Tara gets shot in the arm, she gets stabbed in, like, her back or her stomach. Sam gets stabbed and sliced up, like, and then they're just fine, like, running around like it's nothing. I think they're doing this purposely for it to be more believable for Stu. Um, I do think, uh, people's main issue with Stu is that it's been so long. Where has he been all this time? But, it is a movie, like, even though, um, Scream is mostly based in, like, reality and mostly believable, it is still a fictional movie, like, sometimes we can suspend disbelief, but yeah, I'm with you. Hey, Jamie, thanks for stopping by and for moderating. I haven't seen anything in the chat with my impersonator, so hopefully they don't show up. If this is the start of a new trilogy, could Stu be in all 3 movies if written right, or will that be too much? I think if written right, yes. Um, I would love to see him in at least 2 movies, have him revealed in the final act of 7, get away with it, and then be in the full movie for Scream 8, and then maybe kill him off at the end of 8. I would love 3 movies with him, For me, the more Stu, the better. Um, I mean, yeah, that could be good. Like, if this is the start of a new trilogy, yeah, I could see them, like, a whole cult thing kind of stretching out across 3 movies, but I don't know. Yeah, we need Stu back. I would love to see Jill back as well. Hey, movie collector. Hey, Ray. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I've heard a few people say something like this. I mean, I wanna see Stu actually get revealed in 7. I don't wanna wait another movie. Um, so I don't know. Yeah, so I know that they said Jenna quit because of scheduling conflicts. I don't really buy that. I think there was more to it. I think it had to do with Melissa Barrera getting fired. I think she wanted to stand in solidarity with her. I think if the whole Melissa thing didn't happen and there were scheduling issues with Jenna, I think they would have figured it out and made it work. Um, Especially now with like the delays. Isn't Wednesday done filming? Also at the time, like Beetlejuice was an issue, but that's already out. So I think that was not the full story. I do think Stu killed Dewey. I just did a video on this. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's my most recent video, um, where I talk about Stu being the one who killed Dewey rather than Amber. Please, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Give it a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Yeah, I heard about this. I don't play this game, so but that's definitely very cool that they have Ghostface. Spring is nice, but fall's my favorite. If Matthew Lillard is going to be in Scream 7, wouldn't he want to be out of the public eye, making it harder for people to ask him if he's going to be in the movie? I don't know. I mean, obviously, he has another big movie coming out, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, so it's kind of unavoidable. Um, but I don't know. Yes, I am excited for Stranger Things season 5. Very excited. I put out a video also with 5 predictions for Stranger Things 5 if you wanna check that out. Yeah, he didn't like that Ghostface used a shotgun. I mean, I thought it was cool, something different. It's nice to change it up every once in a while. Hey, Xavier. Hmm. Um, yeah, Nancy's definitely pretty crazy. Jill, I think Jill's the craziest. Like, for her to be able to beat herself up like that crazy. It's one thing to physically hurt another person, but to do it to yourself when you're actually feeling the pain and to keep going, that's insanity right there. Um, I think Amber was pretty crazy. So was Mickey. Quinn, I think Quinn was pretty good too. Like she's not my favorite, but I think she played crazy pretty well. Hello, thanks for joining on Twitch. Oh my god, yes. I don't even want to think about that, but yeah, that would be so sad if that was Randy and that's how he died. Oh my god, his yeah, if that was the case, his death would be 100 times more emotional. Damn, they should have did that actually. Um, I mean, my issue with Randy's death is that it happens off screen. Like, as much as it hurts that he dies, we should have at least seen it happen. I don't know. Yeah, I've never seen any of the Winnie the Pooh horror movies. I heard the second one was pretty good actually. Like better than the first one. Maybe one day. But that's gonna have to wait till after Christmas at this point. I'm in Christmas mode, pretty much only watching Christmas movies. Stu lives. Hey, Jamie. I mean, yeah, when they eventually finally kill Stu, it should be something like that. Um, Craven Something Scary here on YouTube has said that. Like, he thinks that Stu is going to die in like a definitive way where there's no more question about it. It's going to be chopping his head off or, Michael Myers in Halloween Ends, the way they threw him in that like grinder thing. It's going to be something like that. So there won't be any more debate amongst fans. I think they could go on for a little bit more beyond 7. I feel like 10 is like the sweet spot. I mean, we just got the 10th Saw movie and people loved that one. So I haven't seen Saw X yet, but as long as they can keep writing good stories, I don't see why not. I think Stu's alive. He can certainly be alive. I wouldn't say anything's a fact because no one knows. But um he definitely could be alive. He definitely could have survived his injuries for sure. In fact, I have a video on that. 6 reasons why Stu could have survived his injuries. Um, well, because Sam's not gonna be in it, and she's the one who, like, hallucinated Billy. So, without her, it's probably unlikely, but like we said earlier in the stream, maybe Sydney could hallucinate Billy because she has a lot of trauma too. I don't think it would be that far-fetched for her to see Billy. Yeah, I think the fact that Scream 5 took place at Stu's house, I think there's a reason for that. I think Amber and Richie were a part of Stu's cult and Amber lived in the house. I love Danny. I wish we could see him again. I don't know how likely it is now without um Sam in the story. I think it would be possible to include him if they really wanted to. They could find a way, but they might just want to move on entirely from the whole core 4 situation. I don't care to see Angelina again. Um, she's one of my least favorite characters. I think she's, like, annoying, but I know a lot of people wanna see her again and think she's still alive, which I'm not totally against it, like, if they wanted to do that, sure. Um, I just don't care for Angelina. That is a good point. Ghostface used what was around him, he didn't bring the shotgun himself. Yeah, it's sad that Stranger Things is gonna be ending, but, it's gonna be 10 years at this point by the time it comes out. Like, it came out in what, 2016? And it's kind of frustrating that it's taking them this long to get this season out. It'll be sad when it's over, though. I agree, Sydney is my favorite final girl. Yeah, it kills me that they kill him off so early in the movie, like, he should have made it to the final act at least, or it would've been nice for him to make it to Scream 3 alive. I love the way that they include him in Scream 3, but would've been nice if he could've been alive. Yeah, I definitely could see Kincaid dying in 7, um, but I think Gail's gonna die. I am excited for Final Destination 6. The 5th one was great. That ending, so good. Ooh, favorite Christmas movie? I definitely love Home Alone. That's gotta be in my top 5, but I also really love Elf. Elf might be my favorite. I also love, um, The Polar Express and Christmas with the Cranks, and what's that other one I was just thinking of? The Santa Claus. Those are probably my top 5, everything I just listed. It's hard to pick my favorite, but it might be Elf. It's hard to pick, though. Yeah, I definitely can see them killing off Mark. I at least hope that Sydney and Mark can interact a little bit first, see them as husband and wife, parents to their kids, especially because if we see them interact as a family, his death will hit even harder. It'll be that much more emotional. Um, but we will see. Ghostface in space. I hope we don't get to that point. He's gonna be in it. Um, yeah, I probably shouldn't get my hopes up too much so that I'm not, like, devastated, but I can't. I gotta have faith and manifest it. I feel like he's gonna be back. I don't think I don't think she would get decapitated. I feel like that's a little, insulting to her character. Um, I think it'll be more like in Scream 6, obviously she didn't die, but the way she was, like, stabbed, bleeding out, Sam was still talking to her a little bit, and we got that, like, emotional line from her saying, "Tell Sidney he never got me." I think it would be something like that, where she's, like, bleeding out, we still get to, like, talk to her for a second. I wouldn't want her to be decapitated. So, this whole theory with Stu is because he was supposed to be in Scream 3. He was gonna come back in Scream 3 leading a cult of, like, college students as ghost faces, but then they scrapped that idea because of, um, real life events, so they decided not to do it, and ever since then, fans have been hopeful that it'll happen one day. It would be cool if we could see Lois or Murphy again. It would've been cool. Imagine if one of them was, like, a professor at Blackmore College in 6, because 6 was meant to mirror 2 in a lot of ways, so it would've been cool to have some more connections to the 2nd movie, like Joel the cameraman. I would've loved to see him in 6. I thought it was gonna happen. Apparently, he was originally in the Scream 6 script when Neve Campbell was still gonna come back, but then once she dropped out, they got rid of Joel. That sucks. Thanks, Rourke. I appreciate this. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying the channel. I agree. I think Danny would have been a good Ghostface. Before 6 came out, when we saw, like, the character posters, I was suspicious of him. I thought he was gonna be a Ghostface. I think he would have made a good one. I have a couple theories on the channel that maybe he was, and we haven't learned it yet, because that's something that's never been done before in the movie franchise. It was done in the TV show where someone was a ghost face, but we didn't find out until, like, the following season. So just imagine if Danny secretly was a ghost face in 6 and we didn't find out until 7. Um, I think he would have been a good one. Um, I want a pink ghost face mask. I see them sometimes, but I never get it. And then some of the bedazzled ones, I want, like, the blinged out ghost face mask. If Billy and Stu won in the first movie, I feel like we wouldn't have gotten any sequels. I feel like it would have just been a one-off. Yeah, this is how I feel. I guess we'll see if they wanna go back to Stu's house again. They might think that it's played out at this point, but I would love to see it go back to Stu's house, especially if Stu and his cult are going to reveal themselves. I don't know. I only have Scream 3 on DVD right now. I don't have any of the other ones. At some point, I'm just gonna have to get them all. Um, yeah, it would have been nice if Sydney could have seen the shrine. Um, I'm with you. Yeah, I would love to see Jennifer Jolie again. Not often. I don't watch Dead Meat often. I have seen several of their videos, but I don't really watch it that often. Joel was my favorite cameraman. Yeah, I did not see that ending coming. Same. Yeah, apparently Ghostface is coming back in Scary Movie 6. I heard something about this yesterday, but I didn't really look into it further. But I think it's confirmed that Ghostface will be back in Scary Movie 6. Yes, I love Gremlins. It is a Christmas movie. Sometimes people debate that. Um, yeah, I mean, sometimes, like, at Spirit Halloween, you see Gremlins for like Halloween purposes, but it's not a Halloween movie, in my opinion. It's strictly Christmas. If Stu isn't in 7, but we get some pretty strong clues it's heading for that in 8, would you be okay with that? So I definitely would be frustrated that we still have to wait for him. But obviously, if there's more clues, I would be like, all right, guys, like, let's not give up hope. He's going to be back in 8. But definitely would be frustrating to have to wait yet another movie. Is this so I think I know what you're talking about. It's like in isn't it in Las Vegas or something, this musical? If we're talking about the same thing, I don't know the guy's name, but he looks so much like Matthew Lillard. It's insane. I've seen it all over TikTok, the musical. Yeah, I feel like there definitely could I wish that Scream 6 actually filmed in New York. I hate when things take place in New York and they don't actually film there. It's obviously cheaper to film elsewhere, but it sucks. Yeah, we want Joel back. Christmas Vacation isn't one of my favorites. I do like it. I do watch it every year, but um yeah, in my Danny theory video, I say like was Danny a part of Stu's cult? Is he possibly related to Stu somehow? Because there's that one suspicious line with Danny where he says, like, "Family can be rough." I feel like that line just gets looked over. It's suspicious to me. I feel like the sheriff that quit his job in the first movie of Scream had something to do with it. He didn't quit, did he? No. But I agree. I think it's very possible he had something to do with it. I talk about that in quite a few of my Stu videos. Um, I think it's possible that he was friends with the Macher parents and helped them, like, cover up Stu's involvement. I don't know. I have not heard this. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that new movie, Heart Eyes. Mason Gooding is in it. I just love Gizmo in Gremlins. He's so cute. I have a little Gizmo doll. Do you ever think about how Jill was a toddler in the first movie? Um, yeah, how old would she have been? If she's 17 in 2011, yeah, she was born in 94, so yeah, she would have been like 2, around 2. That's crazy. Are you gonna check out any Spirit Christmas stores? I might. I would have to travel a little bit, but they're not too far from me, so I might do it. This is a good point. Joel is possibly the smartest character in the franchise. Um, and like I said, so he was in the original script for Scream 6, and they chose to not bring him back. But he was gonna have a similar line in the movie where he is like, I'm getting out of here. I'm not gonna die here. So he would have been smart once again and like got out of there. Yes, Danny had some extremely suspicious timing. Um, like Gail's attack scene, Sam calls him before the attack. He shows up after the attack, but he works right near where Gail lives. So he shows up and then Tara calls him out for this. Like he shows up and says, I got here as fast as I could. And um Tara's like, did you though? I don't know who I would cast. I don't know. Yes, I love It's a Wonderful Life. Definitely one of my favorites. The ending gets me every time. I cry without fail. This one though, I only watch once a year. Every other Christmas movie, I will rewatch it like 20 times during the season. But this one, I only watch it once because I wanted to keep that like specialness. I don't want it to lose its magic. I want it to hit every time and make me cry. I have not seen I have not read the original script. Yeah, no one compares to Matthew Lillard. I don't really care for Die Hard. I've only seen it once, a few years ago. I barely even remember it because it wasn't my type of movie. Yeah, the ending when his brother says to George Bailey, the richest guy I know, oh, man, gets me every time. I have seen It's a Wonderful Knife. It was okay. Wasn't wasn't, like, amazing. It was good, though. I'll give it a rewatch this year. Maybe we'll do a watch party on the channel for it. We're definitely gonna do some Christmas horror movie watch parties here, like, we'll do It's a Wonderful Knife, we'll do Black Christmas, what's the other one I was just gonna say? Better Watch Out. I saw Better Watch Out last year for the first time. Absolutely loved it. I am a fan. I've only seen the 2006 remake. I've never seen the original or the 2019 remake, so we'll probably do some watch parties for those too. Um, yeah, I've never seen this movie. Um, I didn't grow up watching these movies. I just watched the Halloween one this year for the first time because someone recommended it to me. Didn't do it for me. I wasn't into it. I think it's one of those things, like, nostalgia has to play a role in it. Like, if you watch those movies as a kid, you'll love it as an adult. I didn't watch it as a kid, so, you know, if I could bring back either Dewey or Randy, it would definitely be Randy. I do think I'm gonna wrap up the stream in a minute or 2. I mean, I would love to see Joel. He's one of the funniest characters. Yeah, there were rumors that Scream 7 was gonna take place during Christmas. Don't know if First of all, I don't even know if that was true in the first place. That was just a rumor, but I haven't heard anything about that since that rumor broke, like, a year ago at this point. I think we found that out in the fall of last year. So, I would love it. Yeah, they really don't make movies like they used to. We have a super chat from Dim. Thanks, Dim. You said, "Where in the theater do you like to sit, and what's your favorite food to munch on? PS, I like the background you have on." Thank you. Favorite seat, somewhere in the middle and not too close, but not too far back. Um, I Yeah, somewhere in the middle because I don't like to be off on the sides with, like, a weird angle of the screen. Um, and I always go, like, early in the day when literally no one's there, so I have my choice of, like, where I wanna sit. Um, yeah, somewhere in the middle. And favorite food during a movie, definitely popcorn and some kind of candy. I usually like to have, like, a chocolate candy and a gummy candy. Sometimes Twizzlers. Usually, I only eat Twizzlers at the movie theaters, um, and Milk Duds. I only eat Milk Duds at the movie theaters 'cause that's just what I got as a kid, so it's, like, nostalgic for me. But thank you so much, Dim. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $5 super chat. When I was a kid, also, I used to get the nachos from the movie theater, but I don't really get that anymore. I haven't gotten that in, like, years. Christmas Evil, I might have seen that one. Um, I think I did see that. Yeah, I did see that actually. I don't really remember much about it though. I plan to rewatch Dexter after Christmas. Oh wow, I just remembered the prequel show comes out in December, right? Um, but because we're getting a new sequel season, I want to rewatch all 8 seasons plus New Blood, but I'm going to start that in January once Christmas is over. Thanks, Night Gamer. I have not seen this one. Maybe we will do a watch party. I agree. Maureen Prescott, I mean, her sister, Kate Roberts, should have played a bigger role. I have seen Dead Silence. I'm not crazy about this one. I watch it every year, just kind of more in the background. I don't really pay attention to it much. Not one of my favorites. Also, Fred Claus is another one with Vince Vaughn that not one of my favorites. I just kind of put it on in the background. All right, I think that's going to be it for today. I don't mind Mindy. She's not my favorite. I don't hate her. Interesting. I never heard that. I don't think I've seen Disturbing Behavior. All right, that is it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This was so much fun. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to try to go live tomorrow, but we'll see. Um, but I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I will talk to you soon.